Bloodmoon Island.
No one's ever regretted having extra help in a fight. Guarantee you that.
Right, we went through one of the vaults, two left and then the tree. We had other ideas where we could go. The thing is, the game usually allows you to basically have a solution, or at least guides you to the other options available. So I think we could basically just waste a lot of time if we go to the hunches we have instead of the actual places that are available. So I'm heading back to the Bloodmoon Island. Go through the other vaults. See what we can do there. We can always sort of just back away if we hit serious trouble. And it's not exactly a catastrophe if we can't get the perfect solutions anyway. In some ways, hitting the troublesome spots is actually more informative, like with the witch's brew to the two cows. We only have one. There's a recipe for the other, but if I would have had the necessary tags to get be able to read the book, I probably would have basically missed the entire point that you need to mystic and scholarly tags on your character to be able to do that. Now, because I can't do it, I'm quite well aware of what we are lacking. Not sure it would make much of a difference. It's one of those things you will need to consider when making your character. You can't take that many tags. But it's still just a minor side quest as far as the game is concerned, so is that worth taking really? What would you get extra? Save another cow?
The blazing blue flame seems to burn your finger the moment you touch the hymn twice. Winged keep from stone.
We access it? There we go. Right, these are all identical. Delusions of greatness would be the void woken possessed. The one where you can't be certain who's talking, the demon or the void woken. No, demon or the god woken.
The spirit of a priest lifts his eyes to yours. When he speaks, he rasps, as if there were dust in his voice.
I watch the gate. Who goes there?
Look him up and down. Tell him he need not worry about you.
I watch the gate. I watch the one who must be watched. I watch the one who should be dead but can only be chained. I watch the gate.
Tell him if there's anything living that cannot be killed, you've yet to meet it.
You must leave. The gate is locked forever. The lock is broken. The key is thrown away.
What does that mean? Can't you just open it like in the other one?
The lever part of the lock mechanism seems to be missing. There is no prise with which to open the door.
Can I fix it? You know not how, you know not why, but one thing you do know, this lever is broken. I mean, can we just stick any kind of a piece of metal or wood there? We have the metal sticks, for example. Uh, there is a forge on the island. There's also silver ingots on the island. But does it have to be a silver lever? Okay, broken silver lever. Okay, it has to be a silver lever. Yep. Fair enough.
I watch the gate. Who goes there? You must leave.
Does my character have the same common sense to actually use the silver as intended, though? I don't really understand why it has to be a silver lever. That makes no sense to me. It's a lever. It just needs to be a lever, not the material doesn't matter. But apparently it does. Has to be silver or there's no point having a lever in the first place, apparently. I think we're still probably going to try the witch's brew thing on our own by testing it. The reason I don't want to test it now is honestly I don't recall at all what was in the house of the witch. Because for two reasons. It happened quite a long time ago, and two, I went through the upper portion and the lower portion quite a far separate from each other. So I'm going to have to basically look at them through the recording and see what was there. I'm like, well, I would say there's an extreme high probability that the ingredients are in the house. So I would like to check what ingredients can be found there and then test them out. But currently it would be just a gigantic guessing game. I don't probably didn't pay too much attention to it at the time.
The blazing blue flame seems to burn your the hymn winged key from stone.
This would be the pain demon, right? I wonder how it works. There are some similar type of quests, well, assuming similar type of quests. Baldur's Gate 2 has one. It has it has a demon you can't kill, so you need to heal it in order to kill it or get rid of it. But here it would be how to... It was a demon that enjoys pain of any kind, suffering. Does it mean I need to cause pain, or does it mean that I need to alleviate pain or cause joy or something? But that's the key. Pain is the key, or anti-pain, whatever it's in this game. One or the other. Then we'll get a reaction from the actual soul trapped inside. The level appropriate loot is a little bit of a weird thing. Mainly because it rewards looting the area after you've completed it and not before. Because otherwise you'll get level appropriate loot, which is shit compared to what you would get if you just wait a few levels before looting. And the value of the loot is shit too. I mean, I get it. If you sort of just loot as you go and don't care about it, it sort of works just fine. But if you do care about it, it leads to weird behavior. This is missing a lever too.
The lever part of the lock mechanism seems to be missing. There is no prize with which to open the door.
Right, so we need at least two. I guess these were the more dangerous ones. They really wanted to make sure they can't get out.
A trembling spirit wrings his hands, his eyes darting around the room. They settle on you.
What are you doing here? What do you want? You mustn't linger. You mustn't remain.
Tell the spirit you mean no harm.
One must not mean harm to do it. Please, go.
Ask how to fix the lever.
It's the silver shaft that's missing. There's an anvil where silver can be properly melted. That ought to do it.
Ask the ghost how he came here himself.
His hands shake. He clears his throat.
As a priest, I had a patient. A dastardly demon held him in its grasp. The demon absorbed all his pain, in exchange for his soul. I was certain we'd only diminish the demon by overwhelming my patient with pain. I planned to torture the demon until it gave up its grip over the poor fellow. I began in earnest, but his cries pierced my heart. Even if the treatment could save him, I hadn't the stomach nor the soul for it.
Okay. So they never really tried the method that they thought would work. Cause him pain until the demon is forced to do what exactly? He's overwhelmed, but what the fuck does that mean?
So I lied to the others. I told them there was no helping him. I told them to seal us down here, where he could do no harm, where I could guard his prison. Better one soul damned than two.
Ask if you can help banish the demon that plagues his former patient.
This demon gluts itself on pain. Only the utmost torture would draw him forth. I couldn't do it. I refused to subject myself or my comrades to such barbarism. If you've the stomach for such an ungodly task, I won't keep you from it. Perhaps you could inflict the pain that's needed. But it is a devil's business. We broke the lever for the door when we locked him inside, so that none would ever attempt to free him. No matter what, the demon itself must not be freed. The horrors he would wreak upon our world.
Okay, so we at least have a plan with this guy. Resist death. So he can't be killed. Character's health can't drop below 1. No.
I know you can hear me.
Can't we just go in there and beat the shit out of him? I mean, he can't die. Seems simple to me. More about, do you have the determination to actually go through with it? Rather than, is it tough to do? Day 31. It's time. There isn't any more I can do. I can only pray that it was enough. May the gods forgive me. Day 25. The chains at least seem to be holding. There were some moments of concern, but the columns do their work. No soul shall escape this room. Day 1. Extreme precautions must be taken to ensure the security of the vaults. The demons seem, at times, on the verge of breaking through their chains. Should such an eventuality take place, we must prevent them from escaping. The levers that could open the doors must be broken. Day 14. The more time I spend here, the less sure I am of this. Where does the demon stop? Where does the victim begin? They certainly don't seem to like it when the body is threatened, though. Okay, at least we have a plan. We have the materials to do the necessary levers. Well, I'm assuming one metal ingot per lever. So we have quite a few extras. more or less north directly. Don't want to get into the center mess yet. That looks to be a fairly involved fight, even if the tree itself doesn't fight. 4 black ring members of level 15. Maybe complications with the shackles of pain, so we basically can't harm them without killing the tree itself, which we can't do because I'm assuming that's the key to learning the name of the demon I'm holding. That's something we're not gonna compromise on. That's a fight we'll win.
The great forge is black with a soot of ancient work.
Okay, is it just a simple job as sticking yeah, I have 4 silver bars.
Excellent! We can use this shaft to open one of the vault doors.
1, right. I need another. I'm assuming the God-Woken demon mix could offer more information than anything else, but I think the other 2 are probably just curiosities, more or less. The child seemed to be fairly harmless. More about just the person is shut down. But the others seem like they could be properly dangerous.
The lever part of the lock mechanism seems...
I'm assuming quest items are sort of at the bottom of this list.
You should go from here. This is no place for the living, for the sane.
Open the door.
My vigil is eternal. It won't cease until I'm convinced, truly convinced. Something might change for the better. For now, we remain as we must, stuck between action and inaction. Watching, waiting.
Can I help banish the demon?
As the lever's fixed, you could... perhaps you could extract him. But you'd have to be able to contain him, defeat him, once he'd been loosed. Who am I to say if you're prepared?
I have no idea what the demon is going to be, so let's just go in there and find out. Tell him you think you got the size of the situation, you'll be fine. That seems like a very unconvincing persuasion attempt. Tell him you performed countless exorcisms, you know what to expect and you won't fail.
I suppose the alternative is no better than trusting you. Go, do what you can.
I wonder what type...
This demon knows no decency, no remorse.
Can it possess us? Are our own armors and vitality points of weakness to us? We have at least charm protection. I think I have scrolls too. Some ability protected from madness. Arcane Stitch. Well, one way to find out.
Ah, look at you. Pretty, pretty. Come close, won't you? A little closer still. My, how long it's been. How very, very long it's been. Would you believe Brother Calvin locked me up in here because he said I was possessed by a demon? Just because I don't feel pain. Have you ever heard anything so superstitious?
Laugh gaily.
He looks at you shrewdly, some kind of twinkling affinity sparkling in his dark eyes.
I think about superstition a lot. A lot. You'd be quite amazed how much thinking you can get done in millennia of imprisonment. Oh, praise the Seven, right? Praise the Seven, that's all over. You are here to free me, right?
Say that you're here to free whichever part of him is demon-possessed, as you promised Brother Kelvin.
The dwarf's face becomes calm, serene even. He looks into your eyes, tranquil as a baby lamb.
Well then, just destroy the pillars. Nothing to it, for one not wrapped in chains. Hey, come on. Don't act like I'm not here.
How do you damage him now? Because you're only resistant to death.
As you strike him, the dwarf's face changes, becomes softer somehow. He almost looks like a different person. When he speaks, his voice is quieter, more reserved.
Yes, please, release me from him. The pain, I can take it, but he can't.
The dwarf's face flickers and changes, becoming hot red and enraged.
What are you doing? Stop it! Stop it now! Stop it and destroy the pillars!
I mean,
Come on. Come on. Come over here. Is that all you've got? I know you can hear me.
it's not like he's gonna die.
This is almost over.
But do I want him to be near death condition?
It's close there. I can't think straight. You're not going to walk away, are you? Are you? Bloody prison. This bloody body.
He regained all his health and he's no longer immune to death.
Let me out! Let me out, or I'll turn you inside. I know you can hear me.
Doesn't seem to react to anything anymore.
Let me out! Let me out!
I think let's try to destroy the pillars now. Actually, let's save destroy the pillars.
Hey, come on.
And now he's talking
Don't
again.
act like I'm not happy.
And he doesn't seem to react. Okay, I save, I can always load.
You're not going to walk away, are you?
Guess we can't kill it, but we do need to cause damage to it. Try the demon out. Sure how close to it I can want to really even get. I sort of don't want to disable him because he probably needs to have some sort of reaction for things to change into our favor. So if I freeze his ass, for example, that might ruin things. At the same time, that would probably allow me to deal what I need to do in peace.
Glory is mine.
Also, I can't really kill him though. So, but is it triggered by a certain amount of damage dealt, or her health drop below a certain level? And there's some kind of a trigger event here. Just don't know what the hell that's gonna be. Also, okay.
I am nearly ready.
It is more the trench mouth. It is highly resistant to water and earth, immune to decaying. That's it. Might be able to disable him. I can do a knockdown attempt, but there's ice there, so I'll probably slip.
I'll yield to nothing.
He went into Sabille. Character is possessed by a demon, causing madness. Madness. How the hell do you kill it then? Can cure madness. We can cure madness. It's I think it's a 1-point scroll too, so we might be able to see what this does. Does it cure madness though? Yes. No. Yeah, it just gets reapplied immediately. I doubt I can really just stay. screw him over all that well anyway. But it's a big question. How the hell do you kill it then if it just possesses on someone else every time you get something done? Right, Slude. Sure, what we should do. I don't think we're any big threat here. I mean, we can tank anything a single one of our characters can basically the cause here. That's not that big of a deal. And even the summoned creature, she summoned this on our side, so he really gained nothing by doing this. Just floundering about. I think I need to maintain defenses. We might weaken a single one of our guys at that time. We need to keep heals and shield restorations available, because whenever the demon leaves that, we need to be able to restore it quickly. I sort of don't really like the fire either, so ice bleed. We'll wait. Maybe it was the status effect that caused it. When we knocked him down, the immediate result was that he took on another body. But another type of status effect might be able to keep him contained, so he can't just take another body. I really have no basis to believe that though, but just throwing the idea around. I save the points. Might be able to freeze her ass.
Oh,
No. Right, now it's an important time to see what exactly can we do. We don't want to kill Sabine after all. can't cure her, so the demon has to be forced out. I need a status effect, sort of. Can I just heal her? Because the demon left this guy much earlier. So it might not be the actual health level that matters, just how much damage they do. Delay. Might be able to force it out of him. With no magical shield, we can petrify her ass. Still possessed. Going to keep saving my points and abilities. Yeah, you do. That's the thing. You really, really do. I can't exactly just kill her. Rather, I won't. So, what's the alternative? Heal and keep hitting the shit out of her? I have no idea how to do that, the demonic invasion. Permanent madness. Well, the pain was the solution with the first guy. I'm not sure you see why it wouldn't be a solution with the second guy. Still, she needs defenses, otherwise she's gonna die. The big problem is I have no idea if I'm just wasting my fucking time with this, or is this actually going to be useful for something. How do you get rid of demonic invasions? Hell would I know. Time is going and nothing's happening. You did a pointless backstab. Congratulations. Now what? shrug. Suppose I could try to sort of keep her under wraps, like in a frozen state or something. It's worth a shot at least. I don't think she's gonna be affected by that sort of thing. He does have the magic shell, so she's certainly not going to be frozen. And again, there's no point doing anything with him unless there's development here.
I'm ready.
We try to knock her down. Okay, the adventurer is attacking me. Maybe. Either way, we're in fairly bad shape. Some other abilities would be better here, because I feel like I'm wasting my time. For 2 turns, your target character's vitality cannot be reduced below 1 point, keeping them alive against all odds. If the target is a summon, their lifetime will be prolonged. Maybe this. We could beat the ever-living shit out of a target, and this is about as low as we could possibly take it something without killing it. So if it's a hit point related threshold, that would be sufficient. Except now everything is cursed here, which is a catastrophic event for us. Right, I don't think this is necessarily going to work. The adventure there is going to complicate things. I mean, Sabine dying isn't that big of a deal. We could always just use a resurrection scroll on her. But the thing is, what would that really change? If the demon is gonna jump into another person, what the fuck can I do about it? So if I can't have an answer to that question with Sabine, how the hell can I have it with someone else? At the same time, maybe he has a limit how many bodies he can possess, so you're supposed to be able to sacrifice something. Or alternatively protect yourself from the possession. How would you do this with a single character, for example? The thing is, Sabile's actions seem to sort of just happen. I don't think it... I'm not sure if it was even the demon's turn when the possession happened, so it triggers automatically in certain things. I think I'm gonna cover my own ass. See what happens. Again, there's no point in doing anything. Maybe a little bit of elemental damage of some sort, so the frozen isn't gonna be
I'll yield
blocked
to none.
anymore. He's gonna kill Sabil, certainly. I'm going to kill Sabil and see what happens next. Ooh. Sabil didn't die, but she's so low health. There's full line there. Also, more the trench mount didn't actually heal.
It feeds me. I like it.
So this is Operation Hope. This is the worst. Oh, not really. I thought he would possess him. He did. This is the worst thing that could have happened. Because we didn't do really any damage to him, and he got possessed, and now we have the toughest son of a bitch in our group there. I also hate you. I hate you so fucking much. He's an uncontrollable element in this fight. I can probably suppress him through a floor form attack or something. That doesn't fundamentally change much. Stunned and decaying blood. Very well. Go to sleep. I feel like the game cheated. I don't understand why it ended the fight. Elemental damage, the only thing that matters. Cause atrophy. No, I can't. Well, I can do a gag order. Silence. You can do a lot of physical damage. You can kill Sabil. Be sure about that, for example. Sabil is in fairly good shape though. Need a little bit of help.
I'm ready.
You need magical damage. Frozen, excellent. Still, he has close to 2,000 hit points, so that's gonna be a pain in the ass to grind through. Not sure what else I could do though. we need to take down his physical defenses, otherwise this isn't gonna work. Oh, it's gonna take forever.
Prepare yourself.
What a nasty little fight. Okay, no physical defense anymore. Could teleport him down there. But do I really want to do that? No, I do not. Also, I sort of need armor and some of you guys. Can't do it either. If I move, I might just freeze my own ass, because everything's cursed around here. Nasty position really to be in. Also could teleport him a little bit to the side, but he's not actually in a bad position. Can't use his weapon skills anymore. Oh shit. Ah, that was close. And notice that we have decaying on these guys. Ah. It's pretty much all I can do. You can do at most maybe 400 or 500 points of damage. Only enough to be a problem.
I'm fading.
Yeah, you're fading. Lose, you need to drive the blast thing out of it. 239 hit points. This will do less, but close to killing. Right. Yeah, he takes some damage after each failed session. This is a chance to do something to it though, to do a little bit of extra damage. It can't do shit. I just don't have anything. I can try to save his ass. The Red Prince is bleeding. He will die if I don't do something to him now, and I can't do anything to him now anymore. You're pretty much his only hope. Do you have any kind of healing abilities ready? You do not. Excellent. But you have to do something, otherwise we're boned. It doesn't have to be much. It has to be something. No more bleeding, extra healing. Right. I probably should bring him closer to us. That'll allow my... No, I can't do it. Yes, I can. That'll allow my summon creatures to do something to him. Other than that, I suppose I could just attack him with a Dazing Bolt. Bit risky. Don't particularly care. His magic armor is still strong. That's why it's also, I think, a retarded idea, really. We need to focus on the physical. Attacking physical. A single strike. God damn it. Possess the lizard man again. Perfect. Adventure sealed the victory for us. Although we were lucky that he possessed the same guy who was already borderline dead, so we had an easy time of it, really. Interesting fight, I have to say, very interesting, because this opponent will be troublesome no matter what type of a party you really have. At the same time, you can plan for it. You can protect your own guy from dying by making sure he will be left with 1 hit point. You can have a backup guy in the background. He possesses the nearest one. So basically, backup guy who saves his points and can do a lot of damage when needed. He will have at least minimum of 6 points to do things. So 1 to get close to him, and then 4 to 5 extra depending on who's gonna do it. Sabine would have ability to create 3 extra action points on top of that. So, and he wasn't that powerful, so 1 to move close, maybe another 1 or 2 to do critical hits on your attacks, might be worth it. Would leave you with 3 points, not necessarily enough. 4 would be enough for onslaught. I'm thinking adrenaline for the Red Prince makes a lot of sense. It's a free ability, gives you 2 action points extra. I mean, you don't always want to do that, but you could do onslaught critical hits if you had those extra action points, and that's a couple of thousand points of damage. Currently, it'll only go up from this point. Can you do it now? I would need to buy a skill, unless I have it in a store. No. But yeah, I think that's a good idea. You could learn any tier 1 ability now. Requires control 1. Requirement met due to equip item. The backlash is also a good mobility ability. Yeah. Damage based on your basic attack, receives bonus from strength. Throwing daggers can backstab, but requires daggers probably. Right. But the teleportation does not. We don't want that though. Want the backlash. Requires daggers, so I can't really use it. There's a good chance someone has the adrenaline as an extra book. At the same time, I might have sold them. I've tried to hold on to a lot of the skill books, but at the same time, previously my plan was to never take Scoundrel with anyone else. Loot the demon. Potion Nimble Tumble. A stab of fire. Two-handed life stealing. Don't care. Gloves look promising at least, so does the dagger. Yeah, this is all finesse gear. Better gauntlets armor-wise. Initiative, critical hit chance, air resistance. I think they're better gauntlets, period. Basically because the current gauntlets don't really give me anything worthwhile. This at least gives me initiative. It's better dagger than the Bagnot. Lifesteal, cripple, blind, finesse, and can be slotted, so yeah. Actually I think I might have had an extra dagger already somewhere. I have a recollection of buying one. Not sure I ever put it to use though. Or alternatively the upgrade wasn't good enough, so I didn't bother to spend money on it. I don't spot anything. Still, this is an obvious upgrade to the Bagnot. Even without the rune, this is just better in every way. We could put an accuracy rune in there. Then it would really have no weakness. I'd like to see what the damage change is gonna be. 119, 126, 26 to 32. Plus the rune. What does this do? Physical damage mostly. Has a physical damage increasing rune. I'll take physical damage. Right, couple of extra points. Dual wield penalty minus 50%. You take enough dual wielding, do you get rid of some of the... Well, you probably don't get rid of the penalty directly, but you get extra damage anyway. Whatever, it's still a decent upgrade. Critical hit damage about 200%, so yeah.
The dwarf moves his jaw at odd angles, as though he's unused to speaking.
Me. Can I? I can. I can speak. It's my voice. My word.
His mouth tightens into a joyfully awkward smile.
Thank you so much. Much. I owe you everything. There's just one thing I can think of. I hid some things here. Things I didn't want the priests to take. Let me show you. I had a spot near the place where they buried the others. I hope there's something there you can use. Thank you so much. So much.
Secret unlock. And a lot of experience. Yeah, we're 250,000 away from a level up.
You've done it. I can hardly believe it. So long it's been the length of millennia within these stone walls. You did what I could not. This peace I feel, like every knot in my soul were unwound. I'm going up. Thank you.
Right, considering how annoying this battle was, I'm sort of reluctant to go to the third one directly. I think I'm gonna just hunt down the treasure the dwarf talked about, leave things at that. Because there's a good chance the God-Woken thing is gonna be worse. Venture's hidden stash. Although... the although comes from the fact that the game doesn't seem to repeat itself unnecessarily all that much. The first possess basically required you to have certain type of skill, persuasion ability. The second one, a nasty possession fight. I doubt the third one. Skillful cat.
She wasn't the tree but became the tree, and it's not the tree no longer, and still she screams.
So I think the third one is gonna be again different. Not necessarily a fight at all. But it might.
I've spotted something.
And if it's something a little minor, we can always go to the tree afterward directly, so we have things to do. A coin purse, really? 3 coins.
The name upon the old grave marker, the name upon the old grave marker. It is no longer possible to read the name upon this old grave marker.
We did get a lot of experience from it though, so don't really feel like cheated. Just feels like what the fuck is the point of giving you a secret if it's a 3 coin piece purse? You're just wasting everyone's time at that point. Might as well not give anything. We can probably drain the source from a demon and prepare to go meet the God-Woken one. I would imagine persuasion skills are fairly important there too. Maybe mystic and scholarly, something that allows you to differentiate between the two, or maybe trick them to become separate. Still, a minor side task really, but very, very interesting.